What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy. Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga and always positive Jay. Guys, our Cleveland Guardians, guess what? They're winning baseball games. They're second in the AL, and they are shutting out the Milwaukee Brewers.
It's unbelievable. We're playing really good. Hi, everybody. I'm having fun here with Gabby and Jay. We are going to have fun today. Oh, my God. I have somebody for you. Sandy Alomar. He's coming. Be prepared for that. But you know what? I'm very happy. I'm doing the radio. I'm watching, what we did against the Milwaukee Brewers, the team that's been in the playoff in the last few years. Our pitching staff is going to another level. First of all, we lost 2 games against Philadelphia, but Bobby pitched really good.
Yes, he did.
Luis Ortiz.
He had a lot of strikeouts, too.
Wow, a lot of strikeouts, just 1 run. And he did pretty good. And then we have the great job yesterday by Allen. A shutout, no walk, just 1 walk.
1 walk.
He's been having problems with that. But you know what? I'm very happy the way we play. But the more happy that I am, I don't know if you remember what happened in Washington. We scored over 8 runs.
A lot of runs.
In 3 games. And we came back again doing that. We got right now 14 games hitting streak from Ramirez. They have hitting 400 in May. He's been unbelievable doing that. You talk about Santana. We were talking about Santana.
He's getting it. He's getting it up there, yeah.
And Quan, he do it every day. No matter what. No matter what, he's going to be doing it. Hitting
Captain
over
consistent.
He's been
Captain
amazing.
consistent? I like that. I like that.
When he was on, we score. But when Jose Ramirez on, you know what's going to happen. He's going to steal bases. The other day, he stole 3 bases, and we win the game. And, he's been amazing. So I'm very happy the way we're playing right now.
Jay, how are you feeling right now?
I'm really glad that we have Sandy in because I need that to pick me up after that really sad Cavs loss last night. Like, that hurt. It still kind of hurts.
Don't bring it up.
We're just
going to start crying here
We are just going to keep our vibes going positive and forward, and we're going to focus on, what are we going to focus on?
The Guardians. Yeah.
Exactly.
Where are they going to go?
Huh?
Where are they going
to the World Series.
Yeah, they're going to go to the World Series.
Nobody believed that, but we believe it, and I know that we're playing really good. And I know that Sandy, we're going to ask Sandy about our team. We need to talk to him about it because he's one of the coaches that prepare the catchers. And, a lot of people thought that the catchers are, they have to call what the coaches say. The catchers, they prepare themselves before the game, but the catcher is the one that had to, to call the pitch and stuff like that. And they're doing a great job. And Sandy is the coach for that. So we are blessed to have Sandy Alomar, coaching our catching staff.
Yeah, Carlos, you are the most popular man. I know I say it week in, week out, but we're going to take a little break. And when we come back, we will have Sandy Alomar in the studio with us for a great interview.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Fairway Ford, the largest inventory of new Ford trucks, the lowest pricing, and same hometown level of service. Visit fairwayfordohio.com today.
Today's interview is brought to you by Smart Choice Windows and Smart Choice Baths.
Have you been thinking about upgrading your home this spring? Then look no farther than Smart Choice Window and Smart Choice Bath. Smart Choice Window is running a great deal right now. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and get even better. They are offering 0% financing for 24 months. If you prefer, they also have no down payment option with a monthly payment as low as $199. Some restrictions apply. If your bathroom need an update, the same rating and the Smart Choice Bath have you covered. They are offering a $1,500 off a brand new shower up top this month. So if you have been putting of that remodel, now is the perfect time to do it. So if you are ready for quitter, no, you are going to buy it. More energy efficient window or bathrooms that finally work for your life. Make the call right now, 440 Windows, or head over to the smartchoicewindow.com or smartchoicebath.com to schedule your free and no pressure estimate today. Get it. Go get it. The Smart Choice Window, Smart Choice Bath. God bless.
Welcome back to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and always positive Jay. Carlos, every single week I say, you are the most popular man I know. Because you are. You bring out everyone and everyone.
I am blessed. And today I have somebody that I invite that I am here in Cleveland because him. This guy was an amazing player, rookie of the year, a All-Star game, Gold Glove, a All-Star game MVP. But this guy was amazing, and I had to read it right away so that people know. In AAA, 2 MVPs. This guy right here, what he hit the first year, 60 homers, 71 RBI, 297. The second year in AAA, back again, 13 homers, 101 RBIs in the minor leagues, 306 average. Sandy Alomar. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
That's my brother right there. How you doing, Sandy?
I'm doing pretty good by yourself, Carlos. How's Gabby? How you doing?
Great. I'm doing great.
This guy, I appreciate the 2 extra All-Star games you gave me. It was only 6.
It was amazing, man, to play with him, and he's a blessing. I call him the Robocop. This guy, he went through war in his career, and that's only that I admire that you always come back, and I did a great job in the business. And for me, he's a Hall of Famer. We are Hall of Famer from the Cleveland Guardians, Cleveland Indians, but I believe he needs to be in there too, part of that. Sandy, I admire you because you play all those years, but you still coaching with the Cleveland Guardians, and you do it a great job. I watch you every day, what you do with the catchers, what you do with how you prepare the base running game. That's been very important for this for our organization. How you take this? What you do every day.
Well, Carlos, the one thing that since I was playing and my dad taught me is the hardest thing for a player. The thing that my pet peeve is like I had to be prepared to do anything. If I feel like if I didn't turn every stone on the way, I feel like unprepared on the field. I kind of like it freaks me out. So I do a lot of studying with, the opposition, scout the opposition very well. We have a group of guys that really help with that right now. But in the past, we used to do it a little differently before, we didn't have the resources they have now instantly. It's a lot easier now because you get instant viewing and instant scouting, and you have more coaches than before. But I take it to heart to make sure that I give the best information I can give to that player. So when he goes out there on the field, it's well prepared.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. It's always great to be prepared. And I feel like a lot of player coaches start as catchers in this league. What makes a catcher so valuable to be a manager? Why are there so many catcher, manager, catcher coaches?
I think it's because you're in every single pitch. You're the only player facing the defense. You view things different way. When you catch and you prepare yourself, it's almost like you're a pitcher also. So the psychology of the pitcher. Every single thing that you need to do with that guy to get the best out of him. And it's similar with the other players. I mean, it's not necessarily you have to be the catcher. Anybody that plays up the middle, second base, shortstop, center field, catcher, normally they're in the game because that's where the baseball is hit the most, up the middle. So I feel like a catcher has a different view, and that's why a lot of guys are in the game. 3 hours of concentration right there.
Well, we've been celebrating the 30th anniversary of the 95 Indians this year, and since we are doing that, I wanted to ask you, what was Mike Hargrove like as a coach, and what, if anything, do you use from his style of coaching that you use in yours today?
Mike was great handling star players. I really owe a lot to Mike. He gave me the opportunity to be myself. We had a core group, young guys that
quite a bit of personality. We'll see.
We had an incredible team, but everybody respected each other. We respected the locker room, but we were fighters. We were fighters, and then when we were injected with a couple of veteran players like Eddie Murray, Tony Pena, Hershiser, Dennis Martinez, those were the guys that helped us turn that corner. But Baerga and myself, we came from San Diego on a trade, and in the minor leagues, we had a great success in San Diego. I know we were there developing, but we pushed to win. So when we came here, it was not the same. The culture was not the same. When we came here the first year, it's like we play and we lose, we go home. I'm like, this is not good. We have to change this. But Grover was one of the important parts to get the young guys to play to a different level.
Sandy, I always say to everybody the importance of the team that we have. We don't care who we play. We believe in ourselves. We was so into it, the game, that we are. A lot of people say that we was cocky. It wasn't cocky. We believed. We had confidence. Tell us about that year, 1995. We win 100 games. Every game we wasn't there. Every game we used to go out, eat together, as a team, stuff like that. Tell them about the chemistry that we have.
Yeah, we had a great chemistry. I feel like the unity we have, it was second to none. But it's not just cockiness. We had confidence that we can come back in any game. And one of the things that, like I say, injecting those veteran players gave us like the extra confidence. But it started in '94 when before the strike, we were playing excellent baseball, and we felt like we already were turning that corner. And then '95 came in. It was like, to win 100 game in a 144 game schedule because of strike shortened season, it was incredible. And we were never out of any game, and the games were sold out. So it's almost like playing Game 7 every single day at home.
Yeah, see, I keep saying that every time we have someone on here. It doesn't make sense to me that you guys had that many sellouts so many times in a row. Because, I show up to the ballpark. We all go to the ballpark. There are people that are going, but,
I'll be there every day.
I'm trying my best to be there.
Yeah.
But what do you think is missing that people aren't, at a sold-out ballpark right now? Or what could be added for fans to be there? Is there anything specific?
It's a different eras right now.
Yeah.
Things are trending to the better ways. Last year was pretty
really
good for us. We had a good support. You got to win baseball games too, but I feel like we're trending in the right direction. Unfortunately, things are not going well the last 6-7 years, but people are start coming back. I believe that in the 90s, all these sellouts, they give you a different energy. It was completely, you can be beat up, and then when you see all those people there, they get you up. Your spirits are up because you say, you're like a performer, right. So you have to be to the top level when you see all those many people. You want to fail in front of them.
Me and Gab are in the strong belief that everyone's too nice to each other these days in baseball, and we need a little more, like you guys said, you guys had a lot of fight in you. Well, Carlos told me to ask you to bring up a legendary...
Carlos?
Yeah. He said to bring up a legendary fight with the Detroit Tigers, if you know which one he's talking
Come
about.
on, man. Tell us about it.
So, that day, Mickey Templeton was at the plate. Dennis Cook was the pitcher, and he threw a couple of balls up and in to Mickey Templeton. And Mickey Templeton was a diver. He used to dive, and the pitches were not super far in, but he was just thought we were throwing at him, and he ended up being out. And then when I walked back to the dugout, I looked back like that, and I see Sparky Anderson telling their pitcher, hey, he was telling him something. I know he was pointing at him, stuff like that. And our hitting coach, Jose Morales, was in a top step because our coaches were always in a top step. I walked down and I said, hey, man, I don't know, but I have a feeling these people are going to start throwing at people just because of that at bat. Yeah. And Glenn Allen Hill was hitting in front of me. Yeah. Glenn Allen Hill goes up there and he gets drilled. And I told Jose, I look back and say, hey, if they throw at me, he's on because he saw our team was ready to roll. And sure enough, he threw a ball over my head, and I just started running out there. I kind of lost it just because he was on my head. But I remember our players were out there so quick. Carlo got to tumble up with 3 other guys over there. I don't know. He was something that we protected each other. Yes. It was competition. I feel like we didn't. Mickey was big enough to defend himself. Why throw at my head after you hit a batter?
Now, being catcher, you always got to hold people back. Sometimes you just want to let them go and just let them release them. Ever?
Well, yeah, it's not hockey, but it's so many players out there. It's kind of dangerous, to be honest with you. You can get sucker punched and stuff like that. But yes. There's people everywhere, and you have spikes and people stepping on people. I know I was in the bottom of that pile right there, and I think Lou Whitaker ended up underneath my arm, and I said, Lou, somebody hit me. I'm going to have to hit you. Yes. But it was after that, it was all good.
We're going to take a break on the Carlos Baerga Show, but when we come back, we'll have more from Sandy Alomar.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Smart Choice Windows, energy-efficient products at an affordable price. Visit smartchoicewindows.com today.
Sandy, I want you to talk about, game against Randy Johnson, before we went to the World Series, how prepared we was, for that game, knowing that Randy. Well, first of all, I have to say, Sandy Alomar got the first base hit in Jacob Field. In there, the first base hit when Randy Johnson was throwing a no-hitter. You guys remember that? In the 8th inning, this guy had the first base hit over there.
Bob Feller's still grateful for.
Oh,
yeah. But he was going nuts out there.
From that day on, it was special. But, to play with a lineup that I believe is going to be at least 8 or 9 players in the Hall of Fame. And I believe that you have to be a Hall of Famer too, for your career. And if it wasn't for the, knee surgery, back surgery, stuff like that, I think you was going to be one of the best catchers of the game. How blessed you was to play with an organization like that?
Oh, no, I was super blessed. It's unfortunate that I had a microfracture early in my career. Nobody knew what that was. That was kind of like, it's like the most understood injury in any sport. And I had one in 1995 earlier, and I was supposed to be out the whole year. I came back a little earlier, but I'm not going to say I would have been a Hall of Famer, but I lost a lot of games due to that injury, and I lost, through my career, it was affecting me. I had to relearn how to do different things because I couldn't squat the same way. But I was just blessed that I was traded to Cleveland and the opportunity to play Major League Baseball here in this city. They embraced me and Carlos with open arms.
We were pretty blessed too, by the way.
And the funny part is that in that trade also Chris James came in. Chris James, and he had $299 that year.
Yes.
I think he was a pretty decent player, and then he ended up going to the Texas Rangers. But just the fact that I had the chance to come here with somebody that I was playing in minor leagues with Carlos, it was easy for us to come here and kind of like adapt to Cleveland. It takes special people to play here. I love it. The people here are unbelievable, and that's why I enjoy being here.
I'm sorry to get a little unserious here, but back to, like, you guys were tough guys on the field, obviously. You guys were getting in scraps all the time. But when Jose Ramirez and Tim Anderson went at it, you were on the field. Were you having flashbacks to those moments? You're like, here we go. Like, am I going to have to get into this? Like, what was your reaction in that? What were you doing?
Well, I'm with our coaches. You're out there trying to separate people. But by the time I went there, Tim was in the ground already. I didn't even see the blow or the punch, but I saw something going up like that, and I saw somebody going down, and it was like, that was an incredible fight. It was
exciting.
It was short, and but I think Jose was standing up for his teammate. I think something happened the day before with Rocchio or something.
I think it was Arias. I think it was.
No,
Arias,
I think it was Rocchio. I think Arias pretty big enough to defend himself. But I don't know. He escalated to that, but those things are over. But it's like, that team remind us of the 95, 97 team, fiery. Still right now, these guys are fighters. They go out there. They're into it. We're a little younger, but those times in 95, it was a different beast.
It's probably the hardest position to play and have like a great bat is being a catcher. What impact did Charlie Manuel have on you in helping you become, like, you were a great hitter, and it's so hard for a catcher to be a great hitter. They're rare. What impact and how did he help you with that?
Charlie was an incredibly positive person.
What kind of guy?
He just throw placebos at you out there. He said, do this, do that, to see what clicked. But remember, in the past, we didn't have resources. It was just the human eye. We don't have TrackMan. We didn't have any Rapsodo. You don't have nothing to measure your bat speed, nothing. Now we have all these resources that measure how your body moves, biomechanical stuff, and you can put it into play by knowing how to teach the player the right way. But Charlie was an incredible person because he was such a positive guy. He find ways to get you thinking positive. In the meantime, he also was kind of like condescending at times, jokingly, and to get you upset so you can go out there to see which one click on you. Like, he used to tell me, this guy has a nasty split, I'll swing at it. And go out there and swing at 3 splits in the dirt. Come back and start yelling at him. But he was such a important person for us to have in the process of winning.
Sandy, you thinking about your career, you had two moments that I'm never gonna forget about. The homer against Mariano Rivera and the homer in the All-Star game here in Cleveland. There was two big moments in there. Can you talk to us about that moment, hitting the homer against Mariano? Mariano, one of the toughest pitchers in the game. Well, the Hall of Famer in there. Tell us about it, and then about the All-Star game.
Yeah, the home run against Rivera. The one thing I was like, when I took that bat, I gave him space because he throws a cutter. I don't want to crowd the play. Like as a right-handed hitter, I just want to extend. But he had a little ride on the cut fastball, a little ride. So like he had a few different pitch profile. Like he got the cutter that goes kind of like sideways, that seems the illusion that he's gonna go up, and he has one that goes down. And occasionally he threw a four-seamer or a sinker to get you out that cutter. But the one thing I was praying at bat is just like, I hope he goes down in the count and he's not going to look up, because he likes to throw you that upshoot kind of cutter. And sure enough, I was 2-0, and the process through my head was I'm going to look up and away and just going to throw my top hand to that baseball. That's all I'm going to do. And he threw it right in that window I was looking at, and I happened to hit it right square on the button, and the ball went out. The All-Star game was important. It's not one of my favorites, but it was a great moment because it's an All-Star game at home in your own ballpark. I was overamped in that game, and I remember Sean Esther throwing me a couple of curveballs, and I was swinging before he let go of the baseball. The ball was bouncing over there, 5 feet in front of home plate. But then I calm myself down, start breathing. I go, okay, yes. Just look over the play. Hopefully he makes a mistake, and threw a changeup out there, and I hit it up front where the action is up front, and I was able to hit it out. But yeah, those moments you cherish forever because it's in your own ballpark, and the Mariano was huge because it was in the postseason and helped us go to the next level.
Just, sorry.
Go ahead.
Just as like a fan of the game, I've always wondered this. I feel like first base is a very social part of the field. There's always people there. There's always a first baseman there. Are there any first basemen that are like extra funny talking to you?
All of them. They talk a lot.
What are they saying to you out there?
In today's game, but they don't say much to me per se. They say much to the runners. Distract them.
You're hearing it all.
Nathaniel Lowe, he talks a lot. He's I know him, because he's good Francisco and those friends. They went to school. They grew up in the same area, I should say. But he's always, I say, man, you got to shut up. You're distracting my players. But, yeah, they have a lot of guys out there. Tristan Casas, he talks a lot.
He does talk a lot.
Who else? Let me see.
Any AL Central
Harper
guys?
Doesn't talk much. Harper doesn't. He just like.
He looks so serious.
But he out there. He gave you he gave the respect to he give you space so you guys do your thing. But other guys are trying to listen. Watch Santana sometimes. He's out there trying to listen. So
what about like the Royals, the Tigers, the Twins?
Oh yeah,
like what are they saying out there?
Pasquantino he does the same. He talks a lot. Yeah, he does. In a good way.
In a good way.
They're good. All these kids are great. They're great kids.
Yeah.
They're out there, but they also have in the mind distracting your opposition, trying to get him out of the game.
Sandy, if you're a fan of the Cleveland Guardians right now, our team is playing a great baseball right now. We're in second place. Everybody thought this year they're not going to make it. They don't want to make it, and we keep playing really good. If you're a fan, why you want to go to the ballpark?
Well, you see exciting baseball. You never know when you go to a baseball game. You might see something you had never seen before. Mm-hmm. Our team is not. We don't have the sluggers that other major cities have, but we have players that grind and go out there and perform, and we pitch, and we play the baseball the right way. We catch the ball, we throw the ball, and good fundamental baseball. And so we are kind of like a mixture of old school with new school, per se. The thing about today's baseball, there's so much information that sometimes you get flooded with information, you get paralyzed out there. But baseball is exciting, man. I'm not a particular fan of the ABS.
Yes. Because
I think what it does is put the umpire in a situation that he has to call everything inside the quadrant, and now the pitchers, it's going to be affecting the pitchers a little bit because you have to adapt to throwing a ball inside the quadrant, not on the rails. The rails are not being called that as often as in the past. So, like, you're gonna see kind of like awkward games with big scores, and then you're gonna see games that are like no scores at all, like yesterday.
Wow. And having Jose Ramirez in our team, that's very special. And that's why you have to come to the ballpark to watch the Cleveland Guardians. Thank you, Sandy, to be with us. It was an honor. And I know Gabby and Jay, they're having fun today with you, man. God bless you, man. All the best.
My pleasure, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Sandy. And when we come back, we'll talk about some more Cleveland Guardians headlines.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Pure AV, luxury home automation. Experience your dream smart home by visiting pureavcorp.com.
Welcome back to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and always positive Jay. Now, before we get into some Guardians headlines, the Carlos Baerga Show is proudly brought to you by your local Infinity dealers, Infinity of Beechwood and Infinity of Akron. From the moment you walk into these beautiful dealerships, you'll experience luxury, care, and innovation that define the Infinity brand. The knowledgeable team at Infinity is here to make every step seamless, from your test drive to long after the sale. Infinity of Beechwood and Infinity of Akron can help you discover the perfect new Infinity to match your lifestyle. So stop into one of their locations to experience the Infinity difference, or visit the team online at infinityofbeechwood.com and infinityofakron.com. Now, guys, we have some pitching updates.
Yes.
Ben Lively, hate to see it.
Yes, Ben Lively is hurt. The fracture, he hurt his fracture. I think he's gonna be out. I think they say 15 days. But I want to give him a little bit of moment, because what I was listening to the manager yesterday after the game. They in the interview, in the press conference, he was saying that he feels something in Washington.
Yeah.
The last start he have over there. So we have to make sure we don't want it rushing right now.
No, because you don't want it to linger either.
No.
Yeah, you want that to heal so you can be there for later when we need him.
We are blessed to have.
Season.
That's one picture that before we go to the interview that I did yesterday. You know this guy. You took Aylar. What's the name?
Kobe Allard.
Kobe Allard has been unbelievable. He's been. You know what? I was thinking about maybe he gonna taking his spot, but he's doing a great job.
He is. You know, he's eating the innings, as they say on the internet.
Yes. So maybe he can be a star, you know, for Lively through he come back and stuff like that. He's a lefty. We need another lefty. We just got one. So I think that he can be that person. Let me see the numbers right here, because he's been amazing for us. Allard, Kobe Allard, 2-0, 120 ERA. Wow. He's being amazing. He's being in there doing a great job. Our bullpen is being, you know, I'm not happy. Gaddis, 0.53.
Yeah.
ERA. The last 20 innings, he's been amazing. You know, he retired 3 outs in a row. You know, 3 players in a row. He's been amazing what he's been doing. And then Clase.
Oh, he's looking insane.
Classes, guy.
He's back. He's back.
Yeah, he's back. Jay, did you like it?
Oh, I'm loving it. I like that he's back, and like I said, I think when they put Cade Smith in, he's like, oh, no one's taking my job. I don't like this. Like I told you, it lit a fire underneath him, and he's been pitching great.
He's having fun.
And we don't like to see anybody get hurt, obviously, but you guys are talking, the silver lining is, one, it's not a major injury. He's only out in the 15-day IL, and you get a chance to see one of maybe a nice young pitcher come up and make an impact. It gives someone else a chance. So you never know what's going to happen when stuff like that. It might be a blessing in disguise in a weird way.
I hope so, and I know that we can do it. Zach Kent, got caught up yesterday, 0-0, 225 in 2 games, 4 innings, 2 strikeouts. So he's doing pretty good, and I hope that he gets the sprint that we need. Maybe later on during the year, but I think right now it's important, to keep going and doing. But I want to bring somebody that I think is being the man. The pitching coach has been with us in 2017.
The owner of the 3D printer that makes our Cy Young winners?
Yes.
Yeah.
5 Cy Youngs in his pocket right there. He is Carl Willis, and I had the opportunity to interview yesterday. Let's watch it. Hi, everybody, from the Carlos Baerga Show. I have here the opportunity to have the guy that, for me, is being the doctor, the man that been taking care of this pitching stuff for so many years, this organization. Carlos, how you doing? Carl Willis, how you doing?
I'm good, Carlos. Good to see you.
Yeah, what an honor I have. I have to say to you, what you do every day, I'm watching you with the pitchers. They're like your family, like your kids. The way you treat them, the way you care about them. Where you learned that, or somebody did it for you?
Well, Carlos, honestly, I learned it from my parents first.
Wow.
You know, I think that, you know, caring about people, it shouldn't take a lot of energy. And listen, I love this game. This game's been very good to me. I was fortunate enough to play, and I know how hard each aspect of the game is, and especially how hard pitching is, because that's what I tried to do, right? And you know, it can be frustrating. You know, you go out and you work extremely hard each and every day, and you don't always see instant results. So just to be there to understand what the pitchers are going through and to continue to encourage them and build that trusting relationship, it allows them to go out, and while they're extremely focused and intent, at the same time they can relax and trust what they do.
Well, you be the man. You have 5 pitchers to win the Cy Young. The first one, CC Sabathia, Cliff Lee. You have Bivey. You have the Key Hernandez in Seattle. The Key Hernandez and Rick Porcello in Boston. In all those years, you know, they got talent. You know, I can say most of those guys. I think that the biggest 2 talents was CC and Cliff. The other guys, you made them to be, you know, to be a Cy Young. What it takes to work with a pitcher, you know, I watch you. I watch you from upstairs that I do the radio. You know, the way you care. When you see them going, you know, to a tough time, right away you step up and go to the mound. You have to know it like a family.
Yeah, you do. And let me tell you something. I don't think I made any of them. I can tell you when Felix Hernandez won his Cy Young, I joined that club in early August. You know, he was already, you know, on his way, extremely talented, as all of them were. But again, I think 2 things. First, building that trust and that relationship, them knowing how much you care, that goes a really long way. But I also think having them gain supreme belief in their strengths, not trying to make them something that they're not. Sure, sometimes we add pitches, we tinker with pitches, but we don't want to reinvent. These guys have worked their whole life to get to this point, and they've gotten here to this level doing something very, very well. We don't want to take that away, or we don't want to have that become less because we're trying to add something different. And I just think instilling the confidence in them of who they already are really allows them to go out and compete.
Wow. You are unbelievable, and I have to give you, I have to say, the moment of this, because Clase went through a tough time at the beginning, and I know what happened last year in the playoff. And you talked to him, and you got him going. I talked to him, and he said that he gave you a lot of credit for what you did mentally first, getting his confidence back, stuff like that. So you know when to say, hey, let's rest a little bit, let's give up. How important is that to have a pitcher?
Well, it's huge. And listen, I don't care how good you are. You know, everybody in the major leagues, they have tremendous talent. At some point in time, whether it's part of a season, sometimes an entirety of a season, you know, people struggle. The other side's really good too. You know, the hitters do their homework.
We as Guardians fans are incredibly lucky to have Carl Willis. I mean, the team is very lucky, but it's just incredible.
He's amazing,
the things that he does.
You know, CC Sabathia, Cy Young, Cliff Lee, Cy Young, Felix Hernandez in Seattle, Cy Young, Ricky Porcello, Cy Young, Justin Bieber.
Shane Bieber,
Shane Bieber. I just said Justin
Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Same thing. He had a jersey that said.
I know. He had a jersey like that.
Well, when they used to do those player weekends, his said not Justin. So same thing.
Okay. Man, that it's amazing what he do every day. I watch him, man. This guy go to the bullpen early, 2:00. He spends so much time in there. I gotta bring his bat and put it over there because it's amazing what he do with our pitching staff. And I like, when I ask him about Clase, and I give him thanks, to believe in him, to give him confidence, stuff like that. So I love the way he talked to the pitching staff, and we doing a great job.
For the record, guys, I think Bieber has a better chance at singing than Justin does at
right
playing.
now. I agree. But speaking of Carl Willis, I feel like he's a fan favorite, and I'm just going to pitch this idea right now.
Tell me.
Cleveland Guardians, if you're watching, I think we should have a Carl Willis bobblehead day. I think
It's
the
true.
fans would show up for that. I think
It's
they would
true.
like
It's
that.
true.
I approve this message.
Yes, yes.
I
yes,
would be
yes,
in that
yes.
line for that.
Oh my God, I would like to have it because he's been very special. You know, we don't have a superstar pitcher. You know, because Bieber has been hurt the last year and a half and stuff like that, and we keep bringing pitches and he making better and better and better. Carl Willis, thank you.
My
Thank
only
you for
request
being
is
on
that the
organization.
bobblehead is just gold because that's what he is to
Yes,
us. dude.
yeah.
Oh,
he
for
is.
sure. He's an incredible man.
Yes.
I feel like he could give me advice in any outlook on
Yes.
life, and I would believe what he's saying. That's
We
how
got
much
some
I
young
trust
guys
him.
here that he probably shaped. Ryan, you're young. You could be a nice.
Yeah,
next
we
Cy
could
Young. Yeah.
Put you
Yeah.
out there. Yeah, he could.
Ryan, be ready, Papi. Let's get it.
We need
right
some
out for
arms.
you. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I watch when we play the softball game. I'm gonna watch you to see if you have talent, brother.
Talent.
That's good. That's good.
No, but the Cleveland Guardians, though, we are 1 quarter through the season,
Mm-hmm.
and the record that they have right now, 25-17, which is second in the AL, which is very incredible for this team. I didn't think that this team was going to be at that point. I thought they were going to be competitive, but second in the AL, who has impressed you the most?
The impression, the most, you know, I think Sheenan, man, he's been unbelievable. Another guy, Gabriel Arias, to play second base. Now he moved to shortstop. He's been playing unbelievable. You know, we man on base. He's hitting over 400. You know, a man is scoring position. Kwan is Kwan.
Right.
Jose Ramirez. But I believe Daniel Sheenan, and Gabriel Arias, they've been impressive.
Yeah, they're stepping
and
up.
Angel Martinez, he's been an angel for us. You know, hitting 300, getting on base, playing a great center field. Wow, it's been amazing. And I think, you know, pitching wise, I think Allen is doing a great job. Our bullpen is doing it. Even Cantillo has just one bad outing.
Right.
That was the last one. He's been on, you know, for organization. He's been really good. Gary's Gary. He's been the man in there. And I know that Coach Smith, he's gonna he be there for us. So I like you know, what we have right now. We playing really good baseball. And we cannot forget about Luigi Manzardo.
I was just about to bring him up.
Luigi
Future All-Star.
Manzardo, the man.
Future All-Star and bringer back of the Carlos Baerga
With a
stash.
triple.
Yeah, oh my God. Now Rafa he told the guy that do all the painting for us. He's doing something that every time that Luigi hit a homer, they're gonna start painting right there in a cabin. So we having fun in there.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Kyle Manzardo, he is an incredible baseball player, but all the players on the Guardians have been stepping up this season so far.
Yes.
But we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more Guardians headlines.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Garage Beer. No bitterness, no frills, no IPA, just beer-flavored beer. Find local retailers who sell garage beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com.
Welcome back to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and always positive Jay. Now, we're wrapping up this series with the Brewers today, and now we have the Ohio Cup coming up.
Yes, Cincinnati. We're gonna be playing against Cincinnati. They have a good team. They
do.
They are right now in they are third place. They are third place right now. The good thing is we're playing good baseball. They had Teddy Francona
Yep.
over there.
I think we know that guy.
I think we know him quite well. Yeah, I've seen him around here before.
Yes. But you know, we're playing really good. We have to make sure that Eli De La Cruz keeps the ball.
Yeah.
Yesterday, he hit a homer to tie the game, and then they win. But you know what? Our organization playing really good. But I think the two series after that, they're gonna be
Yes.
the most important because now we're gonna be playing against people in our division, and Detroit is playing really good.
Yep.
Minnesota is playing really good too. I think 15-6 in the last couple games, 2.35 ERA, and Detroit they have
They're
the
Detroit
best
Tigers.
the best pitching staff right now in the game. So I believe that we gonna see good baseball, and we gonna know the heart of our team.
That Detroit series is going to tell us a lot how this team will stand the rest of the season, I think.
Yes.
I think if the winner, whoever wins the overall series throughout the whole season between those two, is going to take the division.
Hey, don't sleep on the Royals, though. They're coming back,
They
too,
are
right
red
now.
hot right
yeah,
now.
they're playing good. They're playing too. They're playing good too. Detroit Tigers is being the pitching staff. 320. Kansas City, 3-0-0. They second. Detroit Tigers, third in there, and they're doing a great job. But I think it's going to be a good rivalry. Those games. Do you going over there?
I think I'm going to go. So I'm going to be in Phoenix this weekend.
Okay.
And a flight from Phoenix to Minnesota is only looking like $30. I feel like I have to go on the way back. I think I got to go. I've never been to that ballpark, so I think I need to.
Why
Very
say
good.
no when it feels so good to say yes?
Right, exactly. Okay, so can we go back to the Cincinnati Reds for a second, guys? I have
Yes.
something that I have to say about them because I feel like we don't talk about it enough. Well, maybe Guardians fans do.
Let me know.
The Ohio Cup.
Yes.
Do we know about the Ohio Cup?
Yes.
Do you know how many years in a row that the Guardians have won the Ohio Cup? I think it's 11.
11th, yes.
Are the Reds going to compete in it eventually?
Well, I don't think so. I think
You don't think so?
We're gonna win it again, and I hope that Jose Ramirez bring it up like
Yeah.
that, and show everybody who we have.
Because I think our players on the Guardians take that very seriously. When I was at last All-Star, I was speaking to Hunter Green, and I said, what does the Ohio Cup mean to you as a Cincinnati Red? And
What'd he say?
he said, we don't ever talk about it in our clubhouse. They might now that Tito
Yes.
is there. But he said, we don't talk about it in our clubhouse. It's not something that we bring up, but he knows that the Guardians don't play about it. And I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, that's why they win it.
Yes, this is our city. This is our town. Ohio Cup is gonna be our Guardians, so they better be ready.
They better be ready.
Yeah.
So when Terry Francona and the Guardians are matching up this weekend, who does that benefit more? Him knowing our players or our players knowing him?
It's gonna be the players. I know that he know,
Yeah.
what we have. Maybe he gonna let everybody play this guy this way. Throw him, Jose Ramirez. Don't pitch to Jose Ramirez in a situation with men and bases, stuff like that.
That
He gonna
ball will
say
fly
things
out of
like
that ballpark.
You know it. You know that. He might say that, but you know what? I think it's gonna be the players. They are the ones that throw the ball, catch the ball, field the ball. So then we have to make sure that we do that and we keep running the way we're running. I think we're gonna be okay.
Are you going to those games? Are any of you guys going to those games?
I'm not going, but I think you're going.
Oh, I'm not going to Cincinnati, but I will be. I think I will be in Minnesota. I will be.
Okay.
We'll see.
Perfect.
I don't know. But in Cincinnati, we have Tanner Bybee, Luis Ortiz.
I
Do
love
their
it.
best on the mound.
They're pitching really good. Bybee is doing a great job. And Luis Ortiz has been improving every start. He's been there. He's very happy about it. And he talked very highly about, what Carl Willis did to him. I think he brings his art up, going a little bit to the side. So he's being very special. The sinker ball he's throwing, his slider, his velocity is being 96, 97. So that's special right there. So I think we have the best two guys going, the first two games over there. So that's good.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the Twins again because do you guys know what the Guardians' record is against the Twins over the last season?
Oh, he's been 10-3
10 and
last year.
3, 10 and 3, and
yeah.
now it's 3-1 this year.
Yes,
So
yes. 10-3 last year we did pretty good, and they playing good baseball too.
Yeah.
They especially Broxton, the center fielder, Carlos Correa is getting better too, and they got Luis back.
yeah, he's back.
He's back in there, so that
And he likes to hit home runs against the Guardians. I've seen a few grand
I
slams.
hope that he forget about it. Do it after we left from there. But I think that it's gonna be good games. But I like it. I like competition. If you want to be the best in that division, you have to be the best. So that's what you need to do. To step up. Let's play
Iron
hard.
sharpens iron, as they say.
Yes.
Right, and everyone was making fun of the AL Central to
AL
start
Central's
the season,
back.
but look at everybody now. There are 3 teams top of the AL.
I mean, last year we were like one of the best divisions, and people still slept on
I
us.
know they want to
and
joke about it because the White Sox are there, I think.
They
But they
said-
just beat the Reds.
Right now, looking up, let's talk about this. I believe it's gonna be 2 teams in the East, maybe the Yankees and Boston. They are the best in playing over there, and I think we're gonna have 3 in our division back again like last year, and in the West it's gonna be Seattle and Houston. Oakland, what about? No, Oakland, no.
It's just athletics. Just athletics. There's
Athletics.
nothing else to it.
They
Just
play
athletics.
really good.
They just beat the
The
Dodgers.
Dodgers yesterday, not just beat it, 9-1.
Yeah,
or something like that.
it was pretty bad.
Bad. So I think that it's gonna be those teams right there. Houston gonna make it. Like they always do. On the last part of the season, they always show up and do everything.
always do
Seattle's
it.
playing really good baseball. They got pitching and
They're hitting the ball.
They are hitting the ball. That's the thing right there. They're doing pretty good. And if they don't have Gilbert, they don't have Kirby. So I think they're gonna be really good this year.
Yeah, I like what Seattle is doing also. But we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about more teams around the league.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and always positive Jay. Now, before we get into some things around the league, Carlos, I heard something happened at the baseball game yesterday. I heard there was a foul ball near your way.
Oh, my God. Rafa, please. If you're going to do radio with me, you better be ready. You better be prepared. He told me that he played the game. He played me that he played softball. He was the best player in El Salvador. You know, he's from Salvador.
Yeah.
You know, Rafa. Come on, man. Don't be missing ball like that. You make him look bad.
You're going to have to give him a glove in there or something.
I know, man. I tried to save him. He almost killed somebody in the back over there, our producer, man.
So, I wanted to see you dive over Rafa, get on SportsCenter Top 10,
Yeah,
maybe rock
highlights.
your new Carlos Baerga Show hat and be like, just dive over Rafa and be like, yeah, that's how it's done, Rafa.
And then he come with the excuse, no, I want to say the computer. Forget about the computer. We have insurance in the ballpark. They pay for that. They bring you a new one. Come on, man. Don't be.
He wasn't locked in. You know, he had a lot to focus on yesterday.
Yeah.
The Cavs were going. He was talking. Foul ball coming at you. I mean.
Yeah. Wow. I know. But I love Rafa. He'd be prepared for the next one. He'd be ready for that. So.
Yeah, you got him locked in for the next one. But if we want to talk about things around the league that are happening, Pete Rose, Hall of Fame.
Yes, Pete Rose. He got in the Hall of Fame. You know, it was his family called Manfred, and I sent a letter. You know, the commissioner of baseball. You know, to think about. You know, if now that Pete Rose he died, he can become a Hall of Famer, and I put everything away. So I think that's you know what pissed me off a little bit. Why you do it after he died? Why it's been so many years, and before.
That's what bothered me the most about it. I thought it was very cowardly of them, to be honest. Like, I'm not a big fan of the people that vote people into the Hall of Fame already. Like I said, I think they're old, decrepit men that need new jobs. And what they did to him is just a shame. How many ball players like you mimicked their game after Pete Rose growing up?
Yes, everybody. I played the way I played the game, and I know. You know who remind me? I played that way, but Jose Ramirez, the way he played the game, hard.
Charlie Hustle, man.
Every play, he go from first to third, from first to home, stealing bases, hitting the ball from both sides of the plate. Jose Ramirez is Pete Rose. That was the play. And when you lead the league in hitting, in Major League Baseball, 4,256. When you lead the league in at-bats, in game, when you are 17 All-Star game, MVP, Rookie of the Year, 3 World Series, Silver Slugger, 3 batting champions, 2 Gold Glove, World Series MVP, Roberto Clemente Award, you need to be in the Hall of Fame, no matter what.
And I know you're not allowed to bet on games. I understand how important that is.
Yes.
But he didn't bet on his team to lose.
And
he
to
bet on
win.
his team to win. So he basically was just doing his job.
Yes.
Right. So one more thing on the Hall of Fame before we wrap it up for today.
Yes.
Does this Pete Rose situation kind of pave the way for players in the steroid era to make it into the Hall of Fame?
It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and I think it's going to be over. Because I believe that for you to play this game, you have to have an ability. Mm-hmm. You have to have talent.
For sure.
The ball is not in a tee like golf. The ball move, go fast. You have to prepare. You have to have talent to play the game.
It's the hardest thing to do in all sports.
To hit a baseball, I couldn't do it.
162 games, too. It's not your 15 games or 16 of football. It's not 80 or 70 games of basketball. It's 162 games. You flying every 3 days, different places, stuff like that. So, you know what? You have to have talent to play the game of baseball. So we have to make sure that we put in there Barry Bonds.
Yep.
We have to make sure we put over there Roger Clemens, the leader of Cy Young. Those guys, they deserve to be there. Juan Gonzalez, Carlos Delgado, all those guys, MVPs, they need to be in the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose, I hope they put you there next year.
Yeah, so that's going to wrap us up for today. We have some big series coming up, the Cincinnati Reds, the Minnesota Twins, and I'm excited to see what our Cleveland Guardians are going to do against those teams. But until then...
How many games they're leaving for 10 games? I think they're going to be 10 games. 3, 3, and 4.
Yes.
So, let's go 7
what I was going to say.
7 and 3.
I'm
with it. 7 and 3. I think that they're going to get a bunch of wins on this road trip. We're going to come back happy fans.
And maybe take the Central by then?
Well,
I
we
would
can do
love
it.
to see it. I would
Yes,
certainly love to
yes,
see
yeah.
it. But we'll be back, and we'll see you guys next time on the Carlos Baerga Show.